can't sing and play that at the same time, and I can't remember half the words. Anyway, good day, greetings, and welcome from the Bud Gut Static Shack. It's Sunday. I'm out here jamming some Git Fiddle. Probably going to jam some drums and some bass here a little later. I have an issue with one of my basses, which I'll show in just a second because my ADD's kicking in. But the main reason I'm doing this video is the whole Dashcam deal. My Dashcam vlogs are going to be on a hiatus for a little bit, not because DOT said you can't do that. It's mainly because I have no way of mounting the camera in the truck that I'm in right now. The dashboard is loose a little bit and causes a vibration to go up through the mount, which makes this really loud, obnoxious, vibrating noise in the camera. It drives me nuts. It would drive you, the viewer, nuts. So that's why I'm not doing it. I did have the camera connected to the window, which works out pretty good. However, when I got stopped by DOT the other day, he made the comment that you really shouldn't have anything hanging in the windows. Some officers do enforce that rule. He wasn't going to make a big deal out of it. However, he did recommend that I take it down. He also looked at the camera that I was using and told me that there are cameras out there that are DOT regulations, and that action cameras like GoPros and GoPro knockoffs aren't exactly regulated by the DOT because of their size and their capabilities or something stupid like that. Because there are cameras just designed for dash cam stuff. So basically, the reason I'm not doing the dash cam has nothing to do with the law and DOT rules and regulations. Well, it does because I can't mount it on the windshield. It's just that I can't mount the camera in the cab to make a good video. And I've tried the whole, hold the camera up and shoot something, but now I'm distracted and I'm holding the phone. It's basically using your cell phone, which is a pretty steep fine. There is a driver for our company who recently got busted for checking his Facebook while driving, at fined $985. Plus, doing all this is not safe. If I'm going to do this, I try to do it as safe as possible. And the only way to do that is have the camera physically mounted, and if you get a moment, you press the button, and then let it go until you press the button again. I've actually missed some cool things because there wasn't the opportune time to push the button. But that's what's going on. The dash cams will probably be back eventually, probably when I switch trucks again, to where I can actually hook it up to the dash so it's not right on the windshield, because I don't need something like that pulling me into DOT or whatever. Some officers are okay with it, some officers aren't. The officer I had on Thursday was actually a pretty cool guy, a younger guy, and if you watch the dash cam video, I was I was talking way too much to him. I normally don't talk that much to the DOT, but for some reason Mr. Chatterbox kicked in, and well, you know how that goes. But basically, that's just the update. I'm going to go back to jamming some Git Fiddle here, and then, like I said, we'll do some drums and some bass, and I'll show you what's going on with this bass up over here. Something kind of freaky and kind of bizarre, and it's even a bass I don't even play that often. So here, let me show that to you in just a second. What I've got here is a Fender Mike Dirnt Signature Series bass guitar. It's actually a really good sounding bass, plays good. I used it in the studio on my band's EP, and I don't really play it a lot. I'm not a fan of the color. It's supposed to be a vintage white, but it's more or less a vanilla pudding yellow. But anyway, right there on the heel, the paint is starting to chip away, which is kind of odd because I don't really play in that area a lot. But the finish is just kind of chipping away. I do have a couple different options I want to do with this bass. One being just let the finish go and let it chip and look cool and all beat up. Or actually just remove the finish and put a clear coat finish on it with some antique oil or something. Kind of on the fence of what I want to do with it. I'll figure it out someday. But just kind of bizarre. I've never had a finish just kind of crack and peel like that. I've worn some spots in some finishes over the years, but that's my vintage modified Squier Telecaster bass. It's a medium scale bass that rules. Over there, that's my punk rock P bass that I made, and then we got the Epiphone Nicky 6 bass, and then we got the Epiphone SG, best flyer in the world, my Epiphone Les Paul Jr., Fender 12 string, and that's the tour. Okay, well, hopefully that clears up everything with the whole dash cam vlogs being on hiatus. I'm going to continue on with the rest of my day. Going to do some jamming, going out to lunch with a friend of mine later. Got a 7:30 a.m. delivery tomorrow in Clifton Park, New York. So the old short haul trucking vlogs will pick up back where they left off. So thank you, good day, and thanks for sticking around for the tour of the Bud Static Shack. And someday I'll learn how to talk and figure out what I'm doing, and y'all will be scared. So it's time to go now.